Hello and welcome to the Peak Endurance Podcast. With me today, Jesus Christ, should we just stop?
You just had one job. One job. Hello and welcome to the Peak Endurance Podcast. I am your host, Ron
That's
Tate.
what it is.
And with me is the other
Oh,
host,
it's the useless one.
the one that doesn't know
No, I did
what she
like 3 or 4 years before you rocked up.
yeah,
Oh, it's because I've become codependent.
yeah, that's right.
Oh,
No, we can't start it again because
that
we
would
don't do
break all
that.
the
That's
rules.
right, we don't do
I did actually want to start again then.
that.
Oh my God, because everyone will be like, oh, fuck.
It's like you get all
Nervous.
uptight and
Yes.
nervous, and then as soon as we press record, you go to
But
pieces.
yeah, I was fine until we hit record, and then I turned into a brainless numpty again.
Anyway, welcome to the podcast, people. It is called Peak Endurance Podcast,
Yes.
and apparently
Yes.
one of us is called Isabel, and the other
Yeah.
one is called.
Oh dear. Maybe it's because I'm tired because I didn't sleep well last night because I was having those weird coughing fits all
Yeah.
night. And I just didn't sleep well, which was not your problem because I was listening to you sleeping, snoring and snuffling and all that while I'm lying there
Yeah.
going, trying not to cough.
Yeah. No, I heard the start of the coughing, but I dropped off
I was
pretty quickly.
asleep
Yeah.
when it started.
I
It
know.
woke me up.
I thought it was
When it first started, I had fallen
oh,
asleep.
okay. I hadn't
It,
realized. I thought
I,
we were still awake.
no, it woke me up.
Hmm.
Um, yeah, which was really annoying. Anyway, so what are our updates other than me being super tired at the moment
Well,
from
we've
that?
we've well and truly got back into the hills.
Yep.
We're focused on hills at the moment, once again, after having a bit of a break.
So we haven't talked about the hill run that we did on Saturday.
No,
Okay. I thought we had.
no,
See,
because it
I'm just,
happened the day after we did
yeah,
the podcast.
I know that in theory.
Yeah, so we decided to do 35 Ks with around 2,000 meters of climbing.
Yep.
As usual, it didn't quite work out like that. I think we were 34 Ks and I don't know, maybe 1,900, I
Yeah,
think.
yeah, it was just under.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because whenever because I came up with a rough
Plan.
course on
Strava.
Strava, and it just never works out. The
As
way.
in the distance in the kilometers or the fact that we don't always stick to it.
Well, both, but we did actually stick to it this time,
Did we? I
for the
can't
most part. We
actually
we kind
remember.
of cut it a bit short at the
That's what I
end,
thought.
but
Yeah. Not
not
significantly.
significantly, no.
No, no.
So we
Anyway, but it
yeah,
was good, and I felt it was good from the point of view that I felt slow, weak, and
yeah,
underdone.
sounds great.
Yeah. But what it was good about it was it gave me hope, which sounds ridiculous when I felt so weak and all that, but I felt like I have the capacity to get it back.
Yeah.
Whereas previously I've just felt, you know, slow fit
Mm.
and underdone and all that and just shit. But like I felt, yeah, no, I can get this back.
Yeah. And I mean, the fact is, we got it done. It wasn't as painful as the race, Mount Macedon,
No.
where we did similar amount of
And
climbing.
it wasn't as painful as that
Yeah.
35K run we did with 600 meters
Yeah.
climbing, like so that's what I was getting at is that
Yeah.
it felt better comparatively.
Mm.
Like it didn't feel like, woohoo, I'm back, I'm awesome, I'm fast, I'm up the hills and whatnot and strong. No, but it felt like, yeah, we're on the right track.
Yeah.
We're
Yep.
getting there. We're getting there. You were way stronger on the hills than me.
Yeah, I felt actually reasonably good.
Yeah, I felt pretty.
Yeah. We used our poles for the first time in a while.
Yeah.
Or for me, it was the first time in a while because
Yes.
the last time I tried to use them, it didn't work. But yeah, so we used our poles. We got plenty of climbing in, and we weren't dying at the end. So
That's always a good thing when you don't die at the end. Like
yeah,
that means you've won.
yeah, that's right. Sadly,
Yes. And then the next day we went and we did another trail run because I'd found on Strava, I'd seen one of the local guys, well, Ash Bennett.
yes,
I wasn't sure whether to say his name, but I thought I've
ah,
said it the other week with,
yeah,
Anyway, he'd done a run and I said to Ron, oh, like I have mountain biked the Dandenong Ranges for 20 years. Then I've run them for, well, maybe not 20 years, but 10 years, and then run them for 20 years. I feel like I know the Dandenongs like the back of my hand. In fact, probably better than the back of my hand. Which is why I'm so bored of them. But I saw Ash Bennett's run, and they were like, I'm like, oh, I don't know these trails. I don't know these. Let's go do that run. And it was freaking awesome,
Yeah,
wasn't it?
it was.
I was going, thanks, Ash, except for
Yeah.
when we're climbing hills, and I was going, bugger you, Ash.
What were you thinking, Ash?
What were you thinking?
But yeah, we found like really good single track.
Yeah,
Um,
really good single track.
yeah, off the beaten track. It was it was almost like we were running in a totally
Yeah,
different area.
and it felt like we're in the middle of nowhere. It was
Yeah,
it was fantastic. It was
yeah,
so much fun, so beautiful. You did do a post, so if you want to
yes,
see it, look up Ron Tate on Facebook because it's still there. It's not like it was a
yeah.
story.
No,
And the hills don't look that steep. In our defense, they really were steep
I never
because
do.
I'm sliding down on my ass, and one of them you nearly went ass
Yes, I did.
over
I was
T.
down a very steep and slippery slope, and
Mm.
my legs started to slide, and
His knees buckled,
my
and
dodgy
I'm
knee
like,
just gave way.
yeah, and I had a good laugh. So yeah,
Very nearly hit the deck.
yeah, it was hilarious. So it was lots of fun,
Yeah,
and it was only like 12K or something, but
yeah,
geez, it took us a while.
yeah,
And some steep climbs. I'm like, oh, these would be good for training on. And so
yeah. And
yeah.
we got, it was finished in the rain too, so we were
Mm. It was but it was nice
yeah,
rain.
it
It
wasn't
wasn't
cold.
horrible.
It wasn't cold,
It wasn't
so
cold and it wasn't pouring. It was just
yeah,
nice.
yeah.
Yeah. So that was
Sort of rain that made us put our hats on, but not we didn't need
mm,
coats or anything like
no,
that.
no, no. We never need
No,
unless it's like, well, we rarely need coats.
yeah,
Um, so anyway, so that was that.
yeah.
It's interesting, everyone, how I had whiplash. Well, I've had two more injuries, very similar, haven't I, Ron?
You have,
I
yes,
did pull an arm, pull a shoulder, sitting on the couch holding your hand. So
yes, which is a blood sport apparently.
yeah. So I couldn't hold your hand for a while because the pain, I couldn't even do like lateral raises or anything. Like the pain was intense in my
Yeah,
arm for a couple of days. And then on Monday, when we got up, because Monday I had to go get an MRI of my brain. Um, and when I got up to get dressed, I pulled my back. Like, for fuck's sakes. And I was in so much pain, I almost couldn't breathe, like because it was right around my back, like a corset almost. And I felt like I couldn't breathe properly and I could barely move. And Ron, you gave it a bit of massage and
yeah.
found a big lump, didn't
Found a
you?
big lump in the middle of her back.
And then you sort of massaged that and then it slowly got better. So by the next day, it was like 90%
Yeah,
better.
so
But
I
it
just
just,
got in there with some deep heat and
yeah, I
kind of
just keep getting these mystery injuries
you
just
do
from
living.
existing.
They're living injuries.
It's like for fuck's sakes. Like seriously, it's really frustrating. I'm not even doing anything and I'm getting injured.
Yeah.
All in my upper body though, so super
Yeah,
weird.
I mean, you can't not get dressed, but apparently getting dressed causes
Yeah,
injuries.
but I don't remember it happening. I just remember my back was really sore after
Mm,
getting dressed and
yeah,
like I don't remember pulling anything and my arm, that was super weird. Like I just couldn't, because normally we sit there and
yeah,
just like hold hands. I know it
yeah,
sounds really dicky, everyone.
but we do.
We do on the couch. And I'm like, I can't touch you. I've got to just sit here and hold my arm like when you've got a broken collarbone. It was just terrible. That was really bad.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's just
yeah.
been a bit shit for me.
Yeah.
So
So Isabel has to run to stay injury free
yeah. Yeah.
because
Yeah. At the moment, the only way I'm not getting injured is running.
yeah, sitting down and not doing anything is causing injury.
Yes. Wow. See,
Yeah.
that's the universe telling me to run more.
Or to stop holding my hand.
Yeah, probably that too. Um, so that's that.
Yeah.
Yes, and yes, got the MRI, and then so Ron had Monday off because I get nervous before the MRI, and he took me, and I did find I got a lot less nervous. I have to get them every 2 years because I have a cyst on my brain, and yeah, so we got to get that checked out, and then I'm off to the doctor's Monday to get my results, which
Yeah.
I'm assuming is nothing much. It's all
Yeah.
good, I'm sure. Um, and then just been training away.
Yeah, that's right. Yep. We both kind of went to the hills on Wednesday
Yep,
separately because
separately.
you did yours in the morning, I did mine in the afternoon.
Yep,
And then you went back into the hills Thursday because
I did my
3 days a week isn't enough. You need to
yeah,
do four.
Well, no, that is only 3 days then. Oh, four,
Saturday,
yeah.
Sunday,
Yeah, true, true, true.
Wednesday, Thursday.
Yeah, okay. Um,
Four,
yes,
four people,
thank you.
count them.
Thank you. Fuck off. So yes, I did. I did my 3.5 kilometer run, shuffle
Hmm,
up the hill, and with 5 kilos on, and with an extra kilo, I only did it 30 seconds slower.
hmm.
So I was pretty rapt about that. I actually felt way better. I felt more under control and stronger, but I was slower just because it was, oh my
Heavy.
God, it was so heavy. And it was so heavy, it also made it feel a bit hard to breathe. Like it felt like so much compression on my chest from all that weight.
Because once again, you're packing your vest out with water,
Yes, yes,
water
yes, yes, yeah,
bottles,
yeah.
water
So I had two
bladders.
bottles at the front this time to kind of balance the 4 kilos on my back. Because last time I found the 4 kilos on my back was really pulling on my shoulders. So I didn't feel it pulling on my shoulders, but it just felt like a compressive weight with the front
Yeah,
and back. But whatever,
yeah.
I'll survive because I want to get up to 6 kilos. I'll st
Mm.
stay at 5 kilos for a couple of weeks, then I'll go up to 6 kilos.
Yep, and once again, it's water so that you can empty
Yeah,
it out
yeah,
at the top and
yeah,
then
yeah,
run home without, or run
yeah.
run back down without the
Yes. So
six
then
kilos of.
I went sort of the longer way to run back, so it was a little bit longer. And I thought we could maybe do that on Sunday, so you get a little taste of what it's like. I don't know how you'll get
I
there.
was going to say, do we have enough
No, but we'll
water
figure
bladders?
something out.
No,
We'll figure something out. We'll figure something
I've
out.
tied two water bottles, hanging over my shoulder.
Yeah. We could just fill water bottles and put them in your back.
Yeah,
And it just won't necessarily be
yeah,
the bladders.
yeah,
So I mean, are you up for that?
yeah, yeah.
Yep.
Why not?
Yeah. I mean, we'll have to put more in yours. That's the thing.
Oh,
Well, because it's nearly 10% of my weight. So, we've got to go for nearly 10% of your weight, don't we, to make it fair?
so it's at 10 kilos.
Not quite. The fact is, we don't have scales because
No,
I threw them out a while ago because I was becoming unhealthily obsessed with weighing myself and then determining my self-worth on whatever the scale happened to
no.
say that day. So my friend Nikki Wind, as everyone knows, suggested I throw them out. So I did, and I haven't worried about my weight
No.
since. It's amazing. Like seriously, like if you're one of those people that obsesses about your weight, start the fucking scales.
Mm,
Like really,
yeah,
it's a bullshit arbitrary measure anyway. Yeah, I feel so much mentally healthier about my body weight than when I had scales.
yeah,
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 and my clothes all still fit me, so that's all that matters.
yeah, that's right.
Yep. Anything else?
No, I think that's probably it for the catch up. Like I say,
Yeah.
we're kind of
We
not
haven't done
nothing
much
off.
essentially.
No, we're just stepping back and having a breather before shit gets wild again later on.
What's going to get wild?
Oh, just we're going to get busy again around, Christmas
Are
time.
we? Are we though?
Quite possibly. From what you would, so the trouble is, people, that whenever she gets together with Nikki, um,
Oh,
ideas start to form between the two.
okay. So, okay, yeah, updates
And so, and Isabel went out
for dinner.
for dinner with Nikki last night.
And there was champagne involved,
There was
obviously,
champagne
because there
involved,
was Nikki,
and she
so
came home with all sorts of wonderful ideas.
that we're doing. Well, they weren't my ideas, well, except for the Prosecco marathon. So we're doing the champagne Prosecco. Well, it's not champagne
All
because it's not real champagne because fuck knows we can't afford that.
right.
Oh my God. Prosecco marathon on the 6th of December
Yes.
is the official date. And then we are going to be doing, and when I say we, Ron has declined this awesome event, the 24 park runs in 24 hours on the Australia Day
Yes.
weekend. Ron said, no, fuck no.
That sounds an awful lot like 120 kilometers.
And I went, oh, really?
Sorry to do the maths.
Yeah, I didn't do the maths. I just went, oh, okay. I'd had a couple of glasses of champagne by that stage. I wasn't agreeing to anything. And we're going to be back to sweeping two bays
Yeah.
again.
Yep.
We're going to rejoin the team, rejoin the band, and
Yeah, this year I'll lay them all out and then I'll pick them all up again.
oh yeah, next year you mean?
Well, yes.
Yes, because Ron helps. You don't lay them all
Not
out.
all out, just probably
A
three
quarter.
quarters. No.
Is it really 3/4?
Yeah.
I thought it was just a diversion you did.
No. No, we don't do the diversion. We do everything but the diversion.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah, that's true because you're gone all day. And
Yeah.
there was I go I was picking on Ron last week for not listening to me. So clearly someone else doesn't listen around here.
On the Friday before the race, we mark from the start of the trail in Dramana, so not the road, but from the start we come off the road onto the trail, and we mark all the way,
Oh, okay. Yeah.
yeah, all the way through to Cape Schanck
Yeah.
in the end,
Yeah.
with both signage and ribbons, lots of ribbons.
Yeah.
Rowan loves his ribbons.
Yes. And then we have to take them all
Yes,
off.
and then 2 days later we go along and take them all down again.
Yeah, that's right. It's all part of the fun, Ron.
Yeah.
All part of the fun.
Yeah.
And it is fun. It is fun.
Yeah, I mean, I certainly enjoy doing the course marking.
Yeah.
It's nice, catch up with Rowan,
Yep.
and it's a nice day out. So
Yep.
yeah.
Yep. And you get to chuck a sickie.
Yeah, that's right.
Yes.
It's my first sickie for the year
Yes.
because
Start the year.
it's
Start the year on the right note.
generally a week after I get back to work.
Yeah. Yes. Yes, indeed.
So
Yes. And I'm sure they're like, why is he always
always
sick?
sick on the second week of January.
Yeah. Very strange. So anyway, yes. And so what are we doing tomorrow, run-wise, Ron?
We're gonna once again get back into the hills, and we thought we might just stick to because the Dandenongs are broken up basically into two halves.
Mm.
There's the One Tree Hillside, which is kind of our side, the side that we live on, and then there's the Doongala Doongala side.
Doongala side, yeah.
Which is where Roller Coaster Run is, and that's where Glasgow. If
Yep.
anyone knows the Dandenongs, the Glasgow track, that's all on the Doongala side. So we figured we'd just stick to our side this week and just do a couple of hill repeats, up and downs.
All different, going up all the steepest hills
Yeah,
and
all
that
the
sort of
steepest
stuff.
hills we can find. Some of those new ones that we've discovered recently.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And which are also some more technical down hills
Yes.
because I want to, because when we run in the Dandenongs, we often run just the fire trails, and I want to do some more technical stuff.
Yeah,
So I
more
think,
technical, steeper,
Yeah.
and just more interesting.
yep. So we're going to do that, and we'll do them over and over just to make us really bored and
Yes.
hate them.
But
So
to
yes.
get in the extra kilometers, we'll start from home this time
Yeah,
rather than
yeah, yeah.
driving closer.
So we might not get the full, as much vert, but the
Yeah.
vert will be concentrated. So
Yeah.
either way, it'll all be good. I've already done 1,000 meters vert this week from my runs on Wednesday, Thursday. So, living the dream.
Yeah.
All right, which leads us back to the questions from last week.
Yes.
I hope everyone enjoyed them.
So
And
last week, if you haven't listened, then
Yeah,
let's
go
go
back.
back and listen to last week. You'll hear the first 5 questions.
Yep. So what's the next question, which
Yes,
is
so
very apt.
question number 6/1
Yes.
is, I live somewhere flat. How do I train for elevation?
Mm.
Don't know because we don't live at super flat.
Yes, we are very fortunate,
We are.
but not everybody is.
Went out just earlier today, and I did a 10-kilometer run, and just in our local streets, and still managed to get over 100 meters of
Yeah.
elevation.
Yeah.
So-
So it's hard not to get vert here.
Yeah.
If you do, it's pretty like you're just running on the one spot kind
Yeah.
of thing, backwards and forwards. So anyway, how do you train for elevation? Well, it's not ideal. It's better to train on actual mountains if you
Yeah.
can. So, but not everybody.
The best training for hills
is hills. Yeah. But you can use a stairmaster at a gym. By the same token, you could just use stairs. Like we've got that quarry near us with a huge amount of stairs. You could just run up and down stairs. It doesn't have to be a stairmaster. Like if you don't have a gym membership, then go find a whole set of. Well, I remember back in the day when I was a mountain biker, one of the women I knew, she was training for some mountain bike race, whatever, and her coach got her. She lived in this apartment building, just running up and down the stairs of the apartment building, and she had super strong legs, and that was, a bajillion years ago. So the methodology has not changed. It's still the same advice: run up and down stairs, and if that means a stairmaster, then that's what you do.
Mm-hmm.
And I used to use a weighted vest when I did that.
Yep.
But I was still a cheater pumpkin eater because I did hold on to the rails. So
Which we've learned is cheating.
Yes. Well, I knew it was cheating, but I just didn't think it was possible to not hold on. So that's going to be my goal, is to do the Stairmaster without holding on. I'll start with nothing on my back, and then I'm going to work up because I've got a weight vest that you can take out and add weights. right? There's also the treadmill. Put it up. Like most gym treadmills only go to about 15%, but that's still
Yeah.
fairly steep.
Hmm.
Hike up that or run up that. Like put it at 10% and run for 20 minutes up that. You'll know. Put on
Yeah.
a heavy vest while you're doing it. Like pretend like you're me running up my 3K hill. Like I could be doing that on the treadmill. And then not have to worry because you don't run downhill. The only problem with these things, of course, is you don't get the downhill um opposite effect.
Yeah.
And obviously, you do need to strengthen your legs for the downhill. That's why I'm saying stairs are a great option other than the Stairmaster, because at least with stairs, when you run up, then you run down. So you're getting both. But if you can't do that, you can do step downs off steps, weighted step downs off steps. Also do weighted carries, farmer walks, those sorts of things, suitcase carries, all those sorts of things. Um, if you live in a flat area and you don't have elevation, strength training is a non-negotiable. You have to do strength training. So weighted step ups, weighted step downs. Because when I'm saying step downs, obviously as you step up, you step down, but you're stepping down backwards and you don't do that running. So then you've got to also do it the other way,
Yeah.
okay? Just to strengthen up your knees and all that, but start with it on a low step for that. Um, and that's how you simulate that sort of downhill effect. Obviously, it's not the same, but you can get super strong legs. Just make sure that you also, when you're doing the strength training, you do a lot of times strengthening your quads to prepare them for the downhill. That's how you basically prepare them, is strengthen your quads.
Yeah.
So you can train for hilly races. Absolutely. You've just got to, it's less running based and it's more cross training
Yeah.
based.
So, is it Bulgarian squats? Is that
Bulgarian split
a
squats.
split? Yeah, which is basically a one-legged squat,
Yeah. So
which
one-legged
really
where,
does kind of imitate running down a hill because you're landing heavily on
and
one
what
leg.
we sometimes do with the Bulgarian split squats is the front leg we hop,
Yeah.
right? So we hop that front leg. So that's a good one to do too, because when you're running downhill, you're basically hopping off each leg, and you need a lot of strength for that. So doing those Bulgarian, first start with standard Bulgarian split squats before you go to the hopping one. And
Yeah.
when you first do the hopping ones, do it without weights and then build up to weights. So you got to do correct progressions. But yeah, you could do, the Bulgarian split squat position, but hopping with the front leg and those
Yeah.
sorts of things as
Yeah.
well. Yeah, that's a good point. And you would need to incorporate a bit more plyometrics just to get used to that downhill stress on the body.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
All righty.
No, that makes sense. Okay. The next question is, can I skip strength and just run more? Is the
Ron would
answer
love if I said yes,
yes?
absolutely.
Yay.
No.
Oh,
No, you can't because firstly, none of us are getting younger. And once you're over 30, to be fair, even probably 25, but really after 30, you start losing muscle mass. And if you do no strength work, and after 40 and 50, after 40, you lose it even more. After 50, whoo, if you're not strength training, you're you're losing, you're going backwards
yeah.
with your muscle mass.
Hmm.
And you will just get weaker and weaker. And it's not just your muscles we're worried about here, it's your bones,
Yeah.
right? Because weak muscles mean weak bones. And people go, oh, but I'm running. That's strength training for my legs. No, it's not. It's not.
Because it's cardio.
Yeah, because it's cardio. And,
Yeah.
and yes, your legs get stronger, but not in the way that strength training strengthens your muscles and your tendons and your ligaments. Because we're not just talking about your muscles, we're talking about strengthening your bones, your tendons, your ligaments, and your muscles, right? So it's more than just that muscles. And it's not about, we're not going to the gym for ego lifts. We don't go there because we want to, have the best guns on the planet, although that would be nice too. But we're doing it to make our bodies stronger, which includes upper body, because I'm pretty sure when you're running, you're using your upper body too. Firstly, you're swinging your arms. Secondly, you want to be able to expand your chest well. Like we were doing yesterday, lying on the bench and getting the dumbbell and doing those big chest openers and that sort of stuff. That's to help expand and strengthen the rib cage. These are all important things to do for runners. So, it's important. It also gives you, like we were talking about with the power with the plyometrics there, is that gives you power in a race, like we're talking about with the hopping and, doing weighted jumps and all that. It really helps you because running is basically hopping.
Yeah.
And it's a plyometric sport, so you need to do some plyometrics. You've just got to be super duper duper careful and not do anything stupid and just go, right, I'm going to be doing plyometrics. First of all, you got to build your strength. Start further away from the race with heavier weights. And once again, and we've said this on podcasts before, when we say heavy, we're not talking bodybuilder heavy, we're talking about heavy for a runner.
Yeah.
And then you move to more functional, and then you move to power and plyometrics. As you get closer to the race, you get to more race specific kind of work, which is the plyometrics. But you've got to be careful. You don't just do heaps. With plyometrics, those muscles fatigue really quickly. So you do like your hops or whatever. Then you have to rest for 2 to 3 minutes before you do another set, So that's when you go and do something else, while you're waiting. You don't just sit there doom scrolling. You go and do something else. Go do some abs or some core work or do some plyo with your arms or something,
right. I mean, quite often, not recently because we've changed our form of training, but quite often, Isabel and I go to the gym together and we alternate. Like I'll be doing my arms on a machine or with weights, whatever
generally
it
with
happens
weights,
to be. And Isabel's working on her legs, and then once we've
swap back
finished,
and
we
forth.
swap, and so that we're not sitting around basically doing nothing. When we're at the gym, we are working the whole time.
Yeah.
We're not standing around, we're not sitting around.
Like you see all the people do.
Yeah.
Like I remember one time there was this girl on the leg press. She was there for like 15 minutes. I didn't see her use the leg press one. She was just scrolling the entire fucking time. And I wanted to use that leg press. In the end, I walked up to her and said, "Do you think I could use this?" And she went, oh, okay. And got up and went and sat somewhere else. It was bloody ridiculous. Like, anyway.
Yeah. Yeah, so while we're at the gym, we're working the whole time because we're alternating between machines.
Yeah.
At the moment, we're doing
muscular endurance.
Yes, easy to say. We're just working either on our legs or on our arms.
Yeah.
But we're still alternating from exercise to exercise. So we'll quite often either if we're working with free weights, we'll set up a bit of a circuit and just work our way through the circuit a couple of times. We both start kind of opposite one another, and Isabel tries to catch me.
And you catch me. Whenever we do the push and pull on the sled, you catch me because you're way quicker with that. Because we use the same weights because we couldn't be fucked.
Can't be bothered changing.
Yeah, so it's pretty hard for me.
Hard for you and not so hard for me.
Yeah. So
yes. So and that's how we do it. So that and if we're doing the same sort of thing on machines, we'll do 2 at a time. So Isabel will be working on, one set of legs, I'll be working on another set of legs, and then we swap.
Oh, okay. Yeah. When we're doing the muscular endurance.
So that we're not basically either leaving a machine idle or sitting around.
Yeah, so we're hogging the machines, but they're not sitting idle.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes. So, but basically, there's many ways to skin a cat, but you need to be doing strength training. It's not negotiable. Running more will not make you stronger. It'll actually break you down. So, you need to use that time to strength train. And seriously, we do 30 to 40 minutes twice a week. And I go to Pilates for my core work. We used to do core work on a Sunday, but now I go to hot mat Pilates on a Wednesday night. And I feel like I'm back at Baldwin Leisure Centre with my mum, back in the 70s doing calisthenics with the mums. I really feel like that. That's what it feels like. Anyway, and we do that, and we do a little bit of plyo at the end as well. We do a bit of jumping around, and in bare feet, which is quite good to do it in bare feet too. But we do heaps of core. We do glute, abs, back, a heap of back work, which is really good. And I'm not talking back work like rows or whatever. We're doing, those really small muscles in your back, which, can I tell you, you need them in an ultra. That's how will keep you upright and not like, a pretzel, like what's his name?
Like,
what's his name? I want to say Lilo, but it's not Lilo. It's Ilo, whatever his name was. Ivo.
Yes.
How quickly we forget. There was I glued, and then now I've forgotten him already. And I'm not saying he doesn't do core work, because Jesus Christ, I think anyone's core would collapse after that amount of time. I'm not criticizing him, but I'm saying that will happen to you way earlier.
Yeah.
And I've noticed the difference. I do get like that. That's why I keep talking about Ivo, because I get like that. I've been worse. Or looked worse with less running. But when I've done heaps of core work, I don't get that. So, you need to work those small muscles in the back, or and the whole chain on the back, right? And then we do leg work generally, and we do arms and everything. We do
Yeah.
everything in that class. And so I think one core session, and if going to hot mat Pilates or something like that works for you to get your core work in, that's great. Pilates does not substitute for strength work. It substitutes for core work. Okay, because people often say that to me, oh, can I just go to Pilates? Well, that's good for strengthening your core, but you also need to do a bit more than that.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, peak endurance coaching, we do strength training programs for runners, and they're very much structured towards the races that you're doing. You know, I have balance work for people using Bosu balls, and we do isometrics. And I mean, not every athlete does all of these. We cycle through them, and then we have power, explosive, plyometrics. It's a huge variety, and every time a new athlete comes on and starts with the strength work, they say to me, "Oh my God, not only can I feel the difference, I can see the difference in how my body looks."
Yeah.
Yeah. And you want to be strong. You don't want to be, and you want to be more than a one-dimensional runner. I mean, come on, there's more to life than just running. I know it's shock horror that I said that, but running is great, but it is hard on the body. It's really hard on the body, as we have discussed before.
Yes, most definitely.
Mm.
Moving along, number 8. How do I know if I'm bonking or in real trouble, like hyponatremia?
Yeah, good bloody question, because a lot of people that I know who've had hyponatremia, a lot of people that I think I know 2 people that have had it, they didn't know they had hyponatremia. So, take my advice here with not with a grain of salt, but with the fact that I'm not a medical doctor.
Yep.
I don't know anything about this. I'm just talking out my ass. No, I'm giving you a layman's advice, because that's all that this is something. Hyponatremia is not to be mucked around with. You need medical attention straight away.
Yeah.
Right? So, basically what you're talking about is low energy or electrolyte imbalance, right? So, because that's the difference. Generally with bonking, how you're bonking when you start getting grumpy and shitty and start hating life and hating the past you who entered this race, and fucking never doing. I mean, to be fair, I talk like that all through races.
But isn't that every Saturday?
Yeah. So, right, but that's that, and you feel like, oh, I'm just fucked. I'm really tired, blah, blah, blah. Whereas the electrolyte imbalance, you'll get more like, you'll start to get headaches. Your hands will be starting to swell already, like they shouldn't be swelling already in a race. I mean, some people do get that. This is also where knowing your body is really important. Like, if you know that your hands always swell, then don't go, oh my God, I've got hyponatremia. But if generally your hands don't swell and they do start swelling, then that's a problem. There's something wrong going on. If you're starting to get confused and it's not 2 a.m. and you haven't been going for 6 million hours, because, once again, sometimes I'm a bit of a numpty at 2 a.m., but that doesn't mean I've got hyponatremia. If you're making stupid decisions and all that, but that's just me in my life. I don't have hyponatremia all the time.
You don't.
No, but I act like it. But basically, it's more the swelling, the confusion, and it's beyond feeling tired. It's feeling that real out of sorts feeling that you don't know what's wrong with you, but you feel like everything's wrong, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
And that's just me basing that on anecdotals that I've gotten from people who've had hyponatremia. So once again, I'm not a medical practitioner. I'm not a doctor. Don't take this as medical advice, for the love of God.
Do your own research.
Yeah,
people.
do your own research. But generally, if you have been listening to your body instead of your Garmin, you will know the difference.
Yeah.
Because you will go, you'll have bonked in training and whatnot before, when you've forgotten to eat, because, we're not always 100% on the ball with making sure we do our fueling practice. You will know what bonking feels like. And if this feels different and weird and horrible and you can't explain it, then that's probably hyponatremia. And if you've been drinking heaps and heaps of water, like I once, remember that race? I can't remember where it was. I think it was when we were in Austria. And I said, because I'd been so thirsty and I was just drinking water. I don't think I had any electrolytes with me. And I said, oh my God, I'm getting a headache. I'm starting to feel really shit. I said, I need to stop drinking water. Do you remember that?
Yes, I do.
Was that Austria? I don't even know if it was Austria.
No, I don't think it was Austria, but
Anyway,
I remember it. I just
yeah.
don't
And
remember
I
it.
got, I was starting to feel worried. I felt like I'm heading,
Hmm.
I felt like I was starting to get hyponatremia. And if I kept drinking and I said, I've got to stop. And I stopped drinking for about an hour, even though I was super thirsty, because I was like, I know I've drunk a lot. I'm okay, but something else is going on. I could feel it. I just felt not right.
I think it was Marysville, the Marysville 100, maybe.
No, no, I got many years feelings there, but
Yeah, I
oh,
don't.
who
I
knows?
remember it. I just
So many
so many
races.
races. I can't
Yeah,
remember which is which.
yeah.
Yeah,
Anyway, so whichever race it
yeah,
was, I stopped drinking for a while. And then after about an hour, it sort of started to get better. And then I just started sipping instead of gulping on water. And then I was fine. But I could feel something. I could feel
yeah,
my head starting to hurt, and I could feel it was a weird feeling. And like I spoke last week, my body is really smart. It gives me good
yeah.
messages.
I
What?
think it was Austria, but you were overheated at the same time
Yes,
because
that's right. And
Austria,
that's why I was
when we
drinking so
came in
much.
the heart,
Oh, that's right. Yeah, yeah.
you were, yeah, you were
Yeah, I'm not sure that.
really hot and
That
bothered,
was
and
different. That was
yeah,
different. That was hot and bothered. That wasn't that hype. Well,
yeah,
maybe it was then as well, because all I know is I was drinking so much fucking
because
water.
we had to put your head under the tap.
Yeah, because I felt like I was going to pass
Yeah,
out. I felt so bad. It
yeah.
wasn't the tap, that was the bottle. You just poured a bottle of water on my
I
head.
did, but then as we were leaving the town, there was a
Oh, yeah. Yes,
water
that's
pump
right.
thing
Yes.
as well.
Mm.
Yeah, but yeah, we did. I emptied a bottle of water over your head.
Yep. So,
Yeah,
and it wasn't heat stroke, it was a different feeling.
yeah,
I could tell it was from drinking too much water, whichever race it was.
yeah,
So you know, if you, like I said, my body's really good at sending me messages, and I have perfected the art of actually listening to it because
mm,
everybody's body is really good at sending messages. What's the problem with most people is they've stopped fucking listening. They override it by, but this is what I want to do, and this is what I want, and this is what Garmin says, and I want to do that. I want to run 3 days after 100K, so I'm going to convince myself I feel okay, rather than just listening to your body.
yeah,
So, you know, you've got to listen and to your body every run so that when you're in these situations, you can tell the difference because the
yeah,
only person who can really tell is you.
yeah,
I can't tell. Ron can't tell what's happening for you. The only person who can truly tell is you.
yeah.
And you only get that kind of ability to know by listening to your body every time you run.
That's right. And even, first aiders at the
Yeah,
event,
yeah,
they can only look at what your symptoms are and compare you to everyone else.
that's right.
Whereas only you know
What you what
what's
Yeah,
happening within your
what
body.
the warning signals are for
Yeah.
your body. Yeah, yeah, 100%. Yeah.
Mm. Uh,
So every run, listen to your body.
Yeah. And that's, once again, going back to the long runs, that's what long runs
Yeah,
are for, are to learn your body and how your body
yeah,
reacts under, that
duress.
sustained duress.
Yeah,
They're the sort of things you should be learning on your long run.
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay. Number 9 is, how do I train seriously for ultras without destroying work-family balance?
Well, firstly, there's no such thing as work-family balance, okay? And anyone who tells you otherwise is a big fat liar and their pants are on fire. There's no such thing as balance. You choose one option and you do the best that you can.
Trade-offs,
There's
basically.
trade-offs,
Yeah.
right? Now, I used to work 40 to 50 hours a week, 2 young children, and I ran 130 odd kilometers a week. I was getting up at 3 in the morning. Can I tell you, it wasn't fun. But I drove my kids to school because they came to my work. I drove my kids to school every day and picked them up. Yeah.
On top of driving yourself to
Yeah, to
work.
work. Oh.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that was the one thing that did make my life easier, I must say. Yeah, I mean, they just had to wait around while I did meetings and all the other shit after school, but that's fine. At least there was plenty of things for them to do.
Yeah.
So, I know the struggle, people see us now and think I don't understand, like as a woman and all these mums who are doing it hard. I did it hard too. I just didn't post about it on social media.
Yeah.
Like I did it very hard because my ex-husband was completely unsupportive and I did everything a stay-at-home mum does, as well as working full time. And you were a lot in the same boat.
Yes.
You did everything a stay-at-home mum does, and you worked full
And
time, right? So we were actually, that's probably why we can get along quite well, or not get along. That's not the only
yeah.
reason, but we have a similar experience in
Yeah.
our lives. Um, and so it can be done. It's not fun. And I was tired all the time. Like I used to be reading to the kids in class, literally falling asleep as I was reading to them at 9:15 in the morning. So it wasn't, I wouldn't say it was awesome, but I got it done and I won some races and did okay. And my kids have good memories of all of that. So except for, when they were screaming when I fell asleep in the car on the way home.
Screaming for their life.
Oh, I'm awake now.
Oh, we can laugh about it
Oh,
now.
no. That's why I used to drive a manual because I knew if I fell asleep, it would stall. Uh,
That's funny.
see, trade-offs.
Yeah, that's right.
Um, oh, for the love of God. Yeah, so it's hard. There's no it's really hard, and you just have to accept that that's your life for now. It's not forever. And my advice always is you don't get your kids young forever. So really enjoy the time you have with them. And I suggest to many people who work full time and have younger kids, don't do a 100 miler. Like I was training for marathons, and then once they got a little bit older, 2012, so my youngest was 12 was when I did my first 100K. And I started well before then, right? So I didn't do and my son was 15 or something like that, and my daughter was 12. So, or she was probably 11 that time of year,
Mm.
whatever. You know, I just think it's really hard to train for really long races when you've got young children. You
Yeah.
need kids who you can leave at home when you go for a long run,
Yeah.
essentially.
Yes.
You know, um, it's just really hard otherwise. And I just think you've got to go, this is my stage of life. I can only train for 50 Ks. Once the kids are older, then I can do blah, blah, and then blah, blah, right? So the races will still all be there. They're
That's
not
right.
going anywhere. You don't feel like you've got to do all the races all at once. Right, stick to this, and just progress through. I mean, I can't even imagine training for a 100 miler with young children. Like I waited till I can't even remember how old well, it was probably a couple of years later. My daughter was probably about 14, 15 when I trained for my first 100 miler. And even then, it didn't go well. So, you know, um, accept the stage that you're in.
Be realistic with
Be
what
realistic. That's what
you're
I'm trying to
capable
say.
of
Yeah.
of dedicating towards your training.
Yeah.
Don't sign up for a 100 miler and then say, oh, I can only get 50 Ks a week in.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's not
It's
going to
gonna
work.
the mile will be a shit
Yeah.
experience.
You could probably do it on
Oh,
similar training, but it's
it's gonna
just
be
going to be a
horrible.
terrible experience.
Yeah.
And what's the point? You're
No.
not getting paid to do it. If you're
Yeah.
going to do it, you might as well. It's not good. No matter how much you train, it's not going to be a perfect experience.
Never ever is.
But you want to at least enjoy some of the experience.
Yeah.
And if you don't dedicate enough training to doing it, it's just going to suck, and you probably won't finish.
And then you might get turned off them
Yeah,
altogether, which is even worse.
yeah,
So what you need to do is accept the stage of life that you're in with the family. And once the kids are older, then you can do
yeah,
all this. Look
yeah.
at us, footloose and fancy
That,
free.
what's that? Someone knocking on the door.
Oh dear. Um,
Yes, but we're at that time of life
yeah, that
where
we can dedicate a lot more time.
yes,
That's why ultra runners tend to be older.
yeah,
They're either young in their 20s or they're old farts like us, right? Because we're the only people that have the time.
yeah,
you know um when you're in your 30s and 40s and you might have young kids, sick parents, like all that sort of stuff, like, and working, like, cut yourself some slack. Just don't commit to these
mm,
big races. think about the stage of life you're in and go, okay, I'll do 100 milers in 10 years.
Yeah.
There'll still be 100 milers.
Yep. And
If you choose to, as part of your training, you've got to have good, open communication with your family members, right? And that includes your kids too. Explain what you're doing. Tell the kids what you're doing. Don't just, I mean, I used to try and get them involved in my stuff as much as possible, but they weren't interested. But try, like I used to sometimes go for runs with the kids on their bikes and, when I would, after work, take them to a pottery class or sport or whatever it was, I would go for a run then. There's ways that you can do things. The kids used to love it once they got older. They would love when I went running because it was the only time I'd let them do gaming and go on screen. So they were like, please, Mum, go for a run for the love of God. I used to ban them from eating. Like literally, they were not allowed to eat anything because I was scared that they would choke. So they weren't allowed to eat anything. They had to get a fair bit older, like probably 18 before I let them eat. I was just paranoid. And they were definitely banned from the toaster because all I could imagine was them sticking a fucking knife in that thing.
Based on your experience.
Well, based on when I ended up in Europe, when my daughter was 16, we were at a friend's place in Belgium. And I turned around, she was getting the toaster out, and I saw her with a knife just about to plunge it into the toaster. I'm like, fuck, she was 16. Maybe because I never let her use a toaster before she didn't know how to use one. I don't know. And I was like, there, vindicated.
That's right.
But anyway, make sure you're communicating well. Make sure you know how to live on virtually no sleep, essentially, which is not the best. It's not fun, but it's only for a short period of time. I don't advise living on no sleep. And you probably won't get the best out of yourself. But if that's if that's what you have to do to get through, I mean, needs must.
Yeah, that's right.
But yes, it's hard, and I feel for everyone going through it because I know I've been there, and it's hard, and especially when you're really dedicated to doing all the training and doing all the right things, it's really hard. But you just do the best you can, and like we say, think about what is reasonable for this stage of your life.
Yeah. Yep. And finally, how do I stop feeling like an imposter surrounded by real runners?
I don't know. Tell me. Hi. All my running career I felt like that. But do you know what I used to do? I used to run along going, this is when I was doing well and I would be having the Australian Trail Championships coming up. So I don't want people to think I'm vain when I say this. Like I was doing well back in those days. So I would run along this because I didn't really listen to podcasts or music back then. I did a lot of mantra talk. And I'd be like, I'm the best runner. I'm the best runner in Australia. I'm the best runner. And I would do that with my footfalls, right? So that I would feel not like an imposter when I rocked up there with all the other top runners, or I would say I'm the top one of the top runners in Australia because I even felt like an imposter saying I'm the best runner because they've got to be mantras you believe, and I couldn't believe that, so I was like, I'm one of the top runners. I'm one of the top runners in Australia, that sort of thing, and you've just got to shift your identity. That was it. I was working on my identity, and like when I first started running, my mantra was, I am a runner, because I totally did not feel like a runner. So for months on end, my mantra as I ran along was, I am a runner. I am a runner. And it took a long time to convince myself that I was actually a runner. And then I had to tell myself I'm one of the top runners. And you have to believe it. So it's got to be a mantra you believe. And obviously you don't have to say I'm a top runner, but you can say I am a runner. I mean, it took me a long time to fully embrace that identity. And you could say I am an awesome trail runner, or something, The mantras really help with that, but you've got to feel it and believe it. And, sometimes repeating it a lot when you don't believe it, slowly, eventually you do believe it, but you've got to keep going with it. And also confidence is built in training, not when you rock up to the start line. And that confidence of being a runner comes from doing your consistent training, doesn't it?
It does, yeah. I mean, I've never had that issue, with identifying because I never put the labels on myself. Because I ran, I was a runner. I didn't really think too much about it.
Yeah, no, well, I mean, I definitely felt like an imposter, and I always kind of have. And even going to Berkeley, like I've always felt like an imposter at Berkeley.
Having said that, I didn't roll in the circles that you did, where, I was
Yeah.
competing against
Mm,
people, you
yeah.
know. Um, my identity came from the running I did every day, like,
Yeah.
and not from the racing that I did, just from the running that I did.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I wasn't comparing myself to the people around me because I was just doing my thing.
Yeah, that's right.
So
Yeah. Yeah. So anyway, you've got to just and visualization is huge. Visualize yourself as a runner.
mm,
And I mean, come and get some of my hypnosis tracks. A lot of them have to do with this feeling confident on the start line and those sorts of thing. Um, if you go to Instagram and comment one of my posts, you or see one of my posts that talk about the ultra runner's mental blueprint. I couldn't remember
yes.
what I called it. If you comment mindset on one of those posts, I'll send you the mental blueprint that will help you that you can work through. It's a little workbook.
Mm.
So much. You just got to focus on. Personally, I believe looking back on the training that you've done. Oh,
Oh, sorry.
um, looking back on the training that you've done and gaining confidence from that, and that's why it's important to get your training done and not half-ass it.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
actually when you commit to doing training, actually doing it.
Yeah. So if you commit to a race, train for it properly. Don't,
Yeah,
don't either commit for something you don't have the time to train for,
like we
or
were talking about. Yeah,
yeah, or commit to something and then just kind of can't be asked,
yeah,
you
or
know.
piss fun
Be
around
honest with what your expectations are,
and what your
and
capabilities of getting training in.
yes, what your capabilities are, and just work hard,
Yeah, I mean it's hard
It
work.
is absolutely.
People, I think, sign up for races and see all the glory of crossing the finish line and looking like hardcore and tough, but don't realize that the most hardcore tough thing is getting up at 5 a.m. to get your run done in the cold and the rain when the last thing you want to do is get up and be outside.
Yeah,
Like that's the hard ass stuff. Like, and people, they see the races and they don't realize it's fucking 6 months of that hard
yeah,
training, like
yeah,
6 months. None of this, let's think about training 6 weeks before. It's a lot of work. And once you do all the work, then you will feel like a real runner on
yeah,
the start line
yeah,
because you will know that you are a real runner.
yep,
Like,
absolutely.
seriously, you will know.
Hmm.
Yes, you'll be nervous. There's nothing wrong with nervous. In fact, nerves are good. We've discussed this
Yeah,
before. The times when I didn't have nerves is when I bombed.
yeah,
So, nerves are good, but you will feel like a real runner when you've done the work,
yeah.
when you know you've done the work.
Hmm.
And if you get a coach like Peak Endurance Coaching, you will definitely do the work because
Yes.
we'll make you. We'll
We'll
be there
make it.
cracking that whip.
Yeah, that's right. We'll be going, why didn't you? Or
Yes.
how was it? Or,
Yes. There's a lot of
it's accountability.
accountability.
Yep.
Yep, that's what we're after.
Yeah.
All righty.
So that brings us to the
So
end of our
questions.
questions.
So don't know what we want to talk about next because who knows?
Mm.
Who knows? But I do know that we got a comment on our on Spotify on the podcast for the last one. And this is from Sharon, and she says, "Hey guys, always look forward to your pod each week. Always a great laugh and awesome info." That's wonderful, isn't it?
Yes, it
I
is.
like that. I DNF'd a 100K race a couple of weeks back due to GI distress and was in a pit of misery and self-flagellation for a week afterwards until I listened to Isabel talk about DNFs, and it really put things in perspective for me. So just wanted to reach out and say a huge thank you for that. Keep up the great work. And, I hope because that's what we talked about last week. That's
Yeah.
why you should listen about how to reframe DNFs because, you shouldn't be in self-flagellation. That's
No.
miserable,
Yeah.
and once again, we do this shit for fun, not to end up, hating
Yeah.
ourselves. Secondly, no more comments,
Yeah.
but we have a discount code for podcast listeners for GSER, Rokeby Twilight Run and Run Tarabolga. So if you're running, stop, get out your phone, put this in
Put this in.
notes.
This is
If
important. Listen,
yeah,
people,
yeah,
it's
yeah. If
important.
you're driving the car, pull over, get your phone, put this in notes. Or I was going to say do it driving, but then I don't want to be
No,
responsible.
don't do it. Don't pick up your phone
No,
driving.
no.
Who can afford the
No,
$450
Four
fine
that
officers?
probably knowing Victoria, it's probably 3,000.
Yeah.
Okay, so whatever you're doing, stop and write this down. It's all capitals. I mean, it might not be, but he's written it in capitals, so let's say it's all capitals.
Yeah.
UE Peak VIP. I don't know what UE means. I don't understand. But whatever. And that's going to get you 25% off any of those race entries for GSER, Rokeby Twilight Trail Run, and Run Terrabolga. And Run Terrabolga is an awesome race.
Yes,
Loved it.
We've done that, and we did the marathon, and it was awesome.
So amazing.
Yep.
I haven't done Rokeby. We've done GSER. I love
Yep.
that race. That's only in a couple of weeks, so get your skates on, guys. But UE Peak, obviously PEAK, VIP. And that's your code for 25% off. Now, Matt, who is the race director, has capped it at, it's only valid for 10 entries per race. So get in quick, I say. All right. So yes, use that code for getting into any one of those 3 races. I mean, heck, you could enter all 3 and get 25% off for each race. I mean, that's
75%.
That's a shit ton.
Is it? Anyway.
You're an idiot. Oh, fuck, bad jokes galore.
Sorry, I'll make myself laugh, and that's all that matters.
That's all that matters. Yeah. All right. Well, thank you so much for joining us. Yep. I'm going to put this podcast out and head off to get a massage.
Yes, that's right. And I'm going to go and buy dinner.
Yes, indeed. Ron's going to go cook.
Yeah.
A roast chook from
what? Slave over the hot rotisserie at Woolies until I select chicken.
Yes, the non-burnt one, hopefully.
Not always an option.
Yes. You definitely won't get hyponatremia when you eat a Woolies chicken, will you?
Because you
might assault those bastards. Jesus Mary.
Your mouth inside out.
I have to get up in the night because I'm like a parched, like I'm in the desert, you know. It's like, oh, I'm so thirsty. So yes, anyway. But if it involves us not having to cook, it
works
good one. And tomorrow night, we're going to go to the local temple.
I think it's, yes.
And
is it a Sikh temple?
I think so.
Or Hindu? I think it's Sikh.
I think it's Hindu.
Oh.
I don't know.
No, I don't know either. We should probably find that out.
Does it matter?
Well, not to us, but it might to them.
It's interesting to know. Well, it's not going to matter to them because, like, we're not going to say hello Hindus or hello Sikhs. So we're just going to go hello.
Hello.
Anyway, they do like a $50 all-you-can-eat banquet.
Yes.
Banquet.
Yeah.
And so we thought, I've always wanted to go for like 30 years. I've wanted to go to the temple in the basin. And we saw some friends out in the trail like 6 months ago, and they'd gone the night before. They were struggling on the run, but
they were, because we met them at the top of the hill, and I think they'd felt every one of those mouthfuls on the way up the hill.
Yeah. So because they did say they ate for the country.
Yeah.
So we'll go there tomorrow night.
Yeah.
So we'll report back on what that was like. Well, hopefully we get there because we've said we're going to go there.
We've been meaning to go there for the last
6 months. Yeah.
6 months, yeah.
Yeah. So, and I've been meaning for the last 20 to 30 years, Ron. So, you know, anyway, we'll get there eventually.
Yes.
All right. Yeah. So thank you for joining us. We hope you are having an awesome time running.
And we hope you learnt heaps again this week.
Yeah. And please do comment, rate, subscribe, and we look forward to catching up with you next week. I don't know what the podcast will be about next week.
But that's half the fun.
Yes, it's like a lucky dip.
Yes.
For the listeners.
It is.
Yep. All righty. We'll catch you then.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.